Now we'll finish off this section by showing you how you can calculate GST formulas using Microsoft Excel. And for that purpose, I will be using exactly the same table. So we're going to basically replicate that exercise using Microsoft Excel. So let's go. In this section, I will show you how to use Microsoft Excel to perform GST related calculations. Just to make sure that we're all on the same page, this exercise is applicable specifically when the GST rate is equal to 10%. And in that regard, I've listed the corresponding formulas up on the screen for your reference. Now, to get started, let's just look at this receipt. What we have a list of product in column B. We have the price excluding GST in column C, the GST amount in column D, and the price including GST in column E. So we start with cell C7, the price excluding GST for the detergent. Since we have the price including GST, which is $23, and as per formula number 5, all what we have to do is simply divide that amount by 1.1, and that would give me the price excluding GST. So how do we reflect that in column C7? We'll start by typing equal, which means that this is a formula, and then E7 would be the price including GST, so that's E7, then we divide it by 1.1 and hit enter. Now I have the price excluding GST, which is $20.91. Now the GST amount can be calculated using any of those formulas. The easiest way is using equation number 1. What we have to do is subtract the prices from each other to get the GST amount. So let's go ahead and reflect equation 1 in cell D7. And we do that by simply typing equal the price including GST, which is E7 minus C7. And the answer is $2.09. Now we just go and do the water now. The water is, as if you just look up here, it indicates it is GST exempt. So I don't need to bother and use any of the equations. It just in that cell, which is D8, I simply type 0. And since this is 0, it means the price before and after tax is exactly the same thing. And since the price after tax is 7.35, it means the price before tax is also 7.35. So in this case, C8 is equal to E8. Now moving on to chocolate, this time we have in C9 the price excluding GST, the price excluding GST. So to calculate the GST amount when the price excluding GST is given a number of ways. Well, probably if you like, and at equation number 2 here, it states that if I simply divide that amount, 55.50, by always the number 10, and always the number 10, then I get the GST amount. So let's go ahead and reflect that formula in cell D9. So what we have to do is select C9, that's the price excluding GST, and then we divide it by 10. And the GST amount is $5.55. Now the price including GST can be calculated using equation 5 if you like, equation number 5, or actually equation number 4, since we have PE. So we simply type equal, and then since we have this number 1.1, and then we times it by C9, which is the price excluding GST. And it's $61.05 is the answer. Now notice how for the wine, the calculation of D10 and E10 is pretty much the same as for the previous example for the chocolate. So what I can do actually, I simply highlight and copy down. All what I'm doing here, I'm just telling Excel to copy the same attribute for the chocolate and replace it or put it in the wine section. So I should get more or less, not exactly the same answer, but the same formulas are applicable here. So chocolate is done. Now, in terms of the cake, we have now the price before and after tax, and we need the GST amount. So we can use a number of ways of doing it. So you can, for example, use equation number 1. It's very simple. You just subtract the prices from each other. But I'm going to go ahead and use something else. I'm going to go and use equation number 3. Number 3 states that if I simply divide E11 by the number 11, I get the GST amount. So we reflect that by simply typing equal and then E11 over the number 11. And it's $2.35. Now the salt, we've got an asterisk here. It means there's no tax on it. So again, what we can do, we can simply type 0. And of course, the tax before GST is equal to the price the tax after GST, or the price after GST. So it's actually equal to E12. Now, this is an interesting one. This time, it's a different scenario. We have the GST amount, but we do not have any information about the prices, be it before or after tax. We only have the GST amount. So how do we go about calculating the price before and after? So looking at equation number 2 here, it states that if I have the GST amount, I simply multiply it by 10 to arrive at the price excluding GST. So we go ahead and reflect it as follows. So we type equal, and then we simply get the GST amount, which is D13, and we multiply it by 10. So now the price before GST is $23. Now it's exactly the same thing for E13, the price including GST, but this time we use equation number 3. So what we do, we take the price, the GST amount here, and then we multiply it by 11, and we get $25.30. $25.30. Now let's do the total now. To do the total, we simply have to run a sum for each of the columns. So we can simply sum the information in column C, and it gives me a total of $170.76 being the price of all the items before GST. I can replicate the same thing, or I can simply drag to the right hand side, which will give me the same results. So in total, the customer paid $185.90. Out of that is $15.14, which goes to the taxman, and $170.76, which goes to the retailer. Now, before we finish this exercise, one more thing I would like to highlight. Let's say, for example, I have the total here, and I would like to calculate the GST amount from the total. So forget about this section for now, and say you've on the actual receipts, you've got only the totals. So if I just come here and say, look, if I simply divide the price including GST, which is E15, I divide it by 11 as per equation number 3 to find out the GST amount. If you do that, you will get $16.90, which is not really equal to the one we've calculated when we did the calculation individually. And as I said before, this is because this receipt has a mixed GST, not GST amount. You've got certain products with GSTs and other products with no GST. So that's why you got to do it individually to calculate the GST amount. And that's why it's not matching, since we have two items, the salt and the water, which are GST exempt. So we cannot do it this way. We gotta do it individually the way we did it. And the tax amount is $15.14.